Hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. Sorry for the delay there. As per usual, things did not go to plan. Nothing has gone to plan today. I didn't even go to the gym like I planned. Very tired. Very tired. But, here to play some games. Here to play this game. My hair looks messy today, weirdly. Usually when I let it dry this way, it just gets curly and kind of continues doing its thing, but now it's kind of spreading and not going up as much. It's a shame. Oh, but yeah, no, I I definitely can make up for it after the stream. This is true. I'm definitely looking forward to sleeping tonight. Oh man, like I've stayed late the last couple of days at work because the semester starts in like a week, and so orientation is the thing I'm preparing for, which is next week. And it's going to be a really crazy week for me. I'm going to be pulling long days almost every single day. I think there's just like one day that I'm not doing a long day even. Let me see here. Just my let's see here. Yeah. Oh, really? Huh, okay. Maybe it's not going to be as bad as I thought. It should be okay. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Where? Move this back a day. So that should fix that issue. Yep. Okay. Okay, I'm even going in to work on Sunday this week. I'm not excited about. But I do it for the thing. It's 1 week. I can make it work, right? Well, I have to update my GOG Galaxy installation, so I guess we'll do that and we'll talk. We'll just keep talking. Just the squirrel friends. I am so tired. Wow. Like, it's just hitting me. I ate food and now it's just like slapped me in the face. Oh, wow. I mean, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna get through this today. I'm determined. But given the speed at which we have been doing things so far, I am somewhat skeptical that it will take that much longer. Okay. Yeah, seriously? Like, it just takes everything out of you. Alright, it should be on screen, but it's not. Why? Why are we not capturing this scene properly? Oh. Huh. Are you here? Why aren't you there? It's weird. I don't know why that didn't work properly. It's like it did. Oh, because it crashed. That's right. I forgot. My thing crashed. So all the scenes are messed up right now. Give me a second. That should fix it. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that when I went to quit, it crashed my stream. Oh well. To decode the Najahaje. 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 Find the snake. Find the Najahaje. I mean, there's only one snake on there, darling. Okay. Now we just need to do some matchy-matchy. That's easy, right? Imagine that she's writing on this. Like, directly writing on a vintage poster.
This doesn't make any sense.
DEC, DFA, those are...
Notes, maybe?
Thank you. Musical notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, do, re, fa. Shit. Do, re, mi, do, re, fa, la, do, la. That's the... Damn it. I was like, come on. Re, mi, do, re, fa, la. I always struggle with law and sight singing, or ear training, whatever it is. Glad that I've got a little bit of it, though. I can't guarantee that that was actually D, E, C, etc., you know. I don't have perfect pitch, so I would have to hear one of the notes first. But relative, I was right, if it were in major. In Ida's locker. Boop.
Someone put a snake in Ida's locker.
Someone put a live snake in Ida's locker? She must have had a fit.
When I was in the reptile room...
I found a soap whistle stick.
Wait a minute. If you think I put that snake in Ida's locker, you're dead wrong.
Silly phobia. Silly? Hey, I'm...
Snakes might help her get over that silly phobia she has.
But you're pretty much the only person around here who drinks rattlesnakes, aren't you?
Yes, but I promise you I have not been in the reptile room in days.
What about the actress from the original Pharaoh movie?
Lois Manson.
Lois Manson. How did she end up with a poisonous snake on the set?
That is a question no one to this day has been able to answer. Some people say the snake wrangler accidentally gave Lois a real asp instead of a non-poisonous black snake. Others say someone knowingly switched the snakes at the last minute. And some say Lois herself switched the snakes because her unrequited love for the film's director had driven her mad. Or maybe she was simply a marked woman. Literally.
What do you mean?
I read somewhere that she had a strange birthmark on her arm. One that resembled the Egyptian hieroglyph that meant cursed. Probably just a Hollywood myth. But even a myth usually has some element of truth in it.
The room that Molly McKenna keeps locked.
Was broken into today.
Broken into tonight.
Don't tell me you found a rattlesnake swizzle stick in there too.
No, but I do know the thief.
Was wearing a hooded cloak, because we saw
I
the
do know the thief was wearing a hooded cloak.
Sorry,
thing.
my hooded cloak is at the cleaners. But I suppose you want to test my hands for traces of flash boom anyway, right? Detective Drew?
How did you know?
You know I'm a detective.
I heard someone talking over at the Casbah.
How did you know? How did you know the thief stole the flash boom?
I just assumed that. I mean, it's the only thing in there worth stealing, right? Speaking of the Casbah, that's where I'm headed. Join me?
No thanks.
Suit yourself.
That was weird. I should check out George's room. I'll need the security code to the penthouse, though.
So I have to admit, I didn't know who Marcus Veltri was, and I had to look them up. I have a couple of friends who have perfect pitch, though. It's one of those things that comes in handy from time to time, but more often than not, even when it comes to being a professional musician, is mostly a parlor trick. It can be useful sometimes, but it's really not often. Service panels installed in the main lobby. Access controls for the alarm. Aha! What? That doesn't work. It should work.
You have 1 new messages. To listen to your messages, please enter your 5-digit employee access code.
Okay.
I know. I can decrypt the camera's data chip to see George entering his code. I just need to turn off the camera first.
Six two 629. Something else I haven't hit yet. Ah. Huh.
Hi, this is Jake from J&S Security Systems. So we got your cameras all serviced, but my technician told me that he misplaced that key you gave him to open the access panel in the lobby. Yeah, I'm real sorry about that. He said he asked the cleaning crew that was in the lobby with him that night, but none of them seemed to remember seeing anything lying around. I hope that's not going to cause you guys too much trouble.
We lost the key, we can't find it.
If anything turns up on our end. Thanks.
Hope it won't cause you trouble that we can't find it.
Maybe the key that opens the service panel is still around here somewhere.
Excuse me again. A metal N goes in the rocket ship with an N, which opens a button, and we can press buttons, as Nancy says, and there's the panel. Ooh. Decrypting mode. Okay. Ah, shit. Whew, close. Too close. Oh, that's just mean. Oh, that one is mean. Oh no, I gotta be real fast here. Fuck. Ho ho ho. Woo! Okay. Whoa.
Aha!
He did finger guns.
Code. Perfect.
Finger guns, the worst. 76253.
Getting that code wasn't so hard.
We gotta get there. We're almost there.
Here we go, the penthouse. This looks almost as bad as the wardrobe department.
Yikes.
Whoa, a makeshift photography lab. Shoot, the bulb burned out. How can I get another red bulb?
Oh, wait, I remember this. Oh, this is weird. This is a bottle of grenadine. It looks like George's remote worked. Missing something. There we go. Okay. A red bulb. Regular light bulb with. That's basically just been weirdly colored red. Faucet is stuck. George's notes, which are develop negatives, remove the film from your camera, place in the black bin, then the water, then the white bin. Photograph larger to put it on paper. Repeat developing process used for negatives. This is the black bin. That's the white bin. And then we gotta figure out the sink. There we go. That's water. Okay. Those pins. Blow dryer. And there's the enlarger. Okay, so black, water, white, yes. Black, water, white, yes. Black, then water, then white. Okay. Enlarge. It's missing a lens. Thanks for letting me know. Now I lost my bonus. Enlarge, then black to water to white to dried prints. What do we have?
All these are candid photos of Ida. That's a little creepy.
You're telling me. And who do we run into here? Ah.
No police. That is absolutely out of the question. Nancy, wonderful timing. A slight problem has arisen.
Ida's missing. She was supposed to meet us at the Casbah, but she didn't. I checked her room. She's not there. I called her agent. He hasn't heard from her. This just isn't like her.
And it isn't like you to be so worried about her.
I'm worried about the picture. All we have left to shoot are her scenes, Arthur. If she isn't on the set tomorrow, we are toast.
Since you put it that way, perhaps you should drop whatever it is you're doing and look for her.
Do you have any idea why George Jackson would be taking pictures of Ida on the sly? You know, without her knowing it?
That makes no sense. He spends all day with Ida on the set. Why would he secretly be taking pictures of her?
I don't know, but he's got a ton of them in his room.
That's sick.
Is George
Still at the Casbah.
still at the Casbah?
To my knowledge, he was never there. At least not while we were waiting for Ida to show.
And we were there for quite a while.
That's odd. He said that's where he was going.
Ida's missing, George is missing, George has been stalking Ida. I'm getting a little creeped out here. Arthur, we really should.
No police.
Then go over to the Casbah and keep your ears open. Listen for the latest gossip.
Listen for the latest gossip.
Figure out where she is.
Find Ida. Quickly.
Tell me what you do successfully. Quickly. Ah, curse you. I wish it told you the actual numbers you need to get to that point. If I don't get top marks on this, I'm gonna be mad.
I shouldn't snoop until all the customers are gone. Luckily, it's almost closing time. In the meantime, I can make smoothies and listen for more gossip.
More manual labor.
I don't know what came over me. I saw that cat and all I wanted to do was chase it.
You know Hector, the gazillion-year-old set builder?
What about him?
He says the reason they bulldozed over the first Pharaoh set was because right after Lois Manson died, it got infested with bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah, like beetles and cockroaches and stuff. They were all over the place, in all the walls, the lights, props, everywhere. So they buried the whole kit and caboodle.
Corey Applebaum, the writer on this thing, swears it was the guy who wrote the first Pharaoh movie who offed Lois Manson. The way she changed her lines all the time drove the guy nuts. You know who scares me? Arthur Hitchens.
I met him once. I thought he was nice.
I mean, how big he is. If you were like standing next to him and there was an earthquake and he fell over, but you fell over first so that he fell on top of you, we are talking major owie.
You tried the whiteout diet yet?
Which one is that?
That's the one where you don't eat anything white. Rice.
Have you seen Ida lately?
There we go.
Nope.
She's rendezvousing with someone down at the docks.
The dock?
You know, when you go the back way through the Main Street attraction.
Oh yeah, where the Nile princess is tied up. Who's Ida rendezvousing with?
Look around. Who else don't you see in here?
George Jackson?
Bingo!
So that's where Ida went. I didn't know there were any docks around here.
Well, considering it is an indoor theme park, there aren't really docks here.
I'm done snooping in here.
As soon as we're done? Oh, there's more. She just saw something and she's like, what is this? I need to see what this is. I don't know what it is. Oh, what am I missing? Dolly. This? That makes sense. A shiny new light bulb, which will go in the thing that I can't open because that requires a screwdriver. There you go. What? Oh, you have to blend it first. Screwdriver. Light bulb. Oh, I was gonna say trash. Nope. Break at 25 hertz.
This could come in handy. Maybe I'll just borrow it for a little while.
What is it? Audio only adapter. So it just makes it so you can get audio ones too? Like, that seems kind of silly, but okay. Sure.
Hey!
Cat.
That cat just shredded this music.
And Nancy's mad about it. Taped music. Now we gotta open the piano. Wonder if you can play that. A penny? missing something. There it is. Ah.
Hey,
We're not gonna. Oh,
now I can try out those musical notes I decoded from the Naja Hadjer Egyptian Cobra.
having a hard time with that one, Nancy. Point of order, where did the orchestra come from?
That was pretty. Wonder if that song has a name. Here we go. The Nile Princess. Where have I heard that name before?
The boat in the docks. Ah, bonus round time. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. Well, that's nice. Oh. Come on, where are you? There you are. Oh my god. Shit. Ugh, still not there yet. Come on. Give me the ultimate private eye ranking. Still have a little bit more to go, though. I think we can get there.
It looks like the Dead at the Wheel attraction uses a car and a fake crash wall, along with a detective statue. I guess there was more to that statue than I thought.
Okay. Ah. Damn.
That fake wall is sturdier than I expected. Looks like I'll have to activate this Dead at the Wheel attraction. Somehow.
Okay, we got a car. Can we turn the car on? It's borked.
Part of this attraction, but it looks like it's broken.
We're gonna pick the lock. Oh, but we aren't actually gonna do the lock pick. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Not quite enough, is it? Ugh, I gotta build it from scratch.
There we go.
There we go. Whew. No sweat, right? Just hit it with a wrench and it's fine. Wow, Nancy's much better at this than I gave her some credit for, to be honest. Do the thing!
Whoa, that was pretty cool. I wonder how the car gets repaired at the end of the attraction.
Nancy, I have some bad news. I don't think it does, and I think you might have actually broken it. So why am I not able to find this? I just want to know what score I need for that. I thought there was a thing about what score you need for it. Nope. Got enough points. But like, what is enough points? Huh. Weird. Because it's the little bar thing seems to be broken because it's not actually moving. I don't think I've hit the amount that I need yet, but I have to do this again. All right, fine. Damn it, how dare you? How dare you? Damn it. Ugh. Ruining me here. Come on.
Welcome
Good enough.
to the docks during the filming of the first Pharaoh movie.
I've heard this noise. This
You doubled as the Nile River. 10 tons of sand and 2,000 palm trees were brought in.
I know this voice.
Most spectacular spectacular scene, Lois Manson, starring as Nefertiti, Princess of the Nile, could appear to be surveying her domain from her royal barge. When the movie wrapped, the film's eccentric director demanded that the sand and trees be removed and that every set, no matter how elaborate, be bulldozed over. In 1943, a theme park was built on top of the buried sets. Unfortunately, World War II was raging and the public was in no mood for theme parks. Its owners went bankrupt, and in 1947, the park was abandoned. The docks are among the attractions that were left behind. The steamship to your right, now empty, once housed a restaurant and was aptly dubbed the Nile Princess. On a more mysterious note, blueprints showing the exact locations of the original Pharaoh sets were also left behind, albeit on purpose. The film's director supposedly hid them somewhere on the grounds of the park just before his death in 1949. These blueprints, if they truly exist, have never been found.
Whoa! So according to that
Wait.
audio tour, the entire set from the 1937 Pharaoh film was buried. And I'm standing on top of it right now.
What? Okay, wait. Something doesn't make sense here. The theme park was abandoned in 47. So this was built in 1947. All these attractions were built in 1947. Or before, like in the 40s. And abandoned in the late 40s. But there's an audio tour that tells you about that in an abandoned theme park that hasn't been touched in 60 years, 70 years. Like, because this is 2000s, so. I don't know, there's a lot of questions that I have sitting here, and they're not quite answered. Something that I have to find. There you are. I can't see that far. There's a key in the light. Hit it with a wrench? I don't know. Fish heads. Ugh. I'm assuming we pour water on it somehow. There it is.
Hey, there's something down in the water. I wonder if that buoy is marking something.
Now we good? Okay. Waterproof box. Blueprints.
These must be the blueprints they were talking about in the audio tour. Looks like the final filming took place under the house on Main Street.
No particular reason to do, I don't know.
That cellar door looks like a good way to get under the house. But these crows won't let me by. I have to distract them somehow. Something tells me I need to pay close attention to color.
Oh, there are a lot more birds here than I thought. Which crow do you go with? It's a cat, darling. I'm missing a crow. Am I missing a thing? Oh!
That wasn't fast enough.
Damn it! Start over. Jesus. Oh, they're so loud. There we go.
There they go. Now to get into that cellar.
Whew. I can pick the lock. Lockpick time. I don't like this. Ah, shit, that was... I needed that. Oof. Rough. Okay. I can put that there, though.
There we go.
Woo. Good enough for me. I don't know that I'm gonna get that.
What's in here? I should light these candles so I can check out this room.
I see some flash boom. That ain't cute.
Aha! So this is where all the flash boom ended up. I'll bet someone is using it to look for the lost footage. This looks tricky. I don't think my lockpick kit will work on this one. Someone's outside. I'm going to find out who.
It's Ida.
There.
Nancy! Oh my gosh, you scared me. Oh my gosh, my heart's not beating. I'm not kidding, I can't feel my pulse. Oh wait, there it is. What are you doing out here?
Arthur sent me to look for you. Because you didn't show up for your meeting at the Casbah.
I'm hiding. I was on my way to that meeting when I suddenly got this premonition that something terrible was about to happen. So I've just been walking around, trying to make the feeling go away.
I think I've discovered.
You're
Damn it.
riots.
Oh, right. I'm an idiot.
Who's been spying on you?
Really? Let's hear it.
George Jackson. He's been following you around taking pictures without your knowing.
Ew!
Maybe he's the reason for... Maybe he's the reason for your premonition.
My what? Oh, my premonition. Yeah, right. He probably is, the weirdo.
Do you think George Jackson is... Do you think George Jackson is responsible for the accidents?
If he's as twisted as you say, it wouldn't surprise me. Although, my money would have been on Arthur.
Arthur Hitchens? Why?
My agent says he's one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. Not because he's super rich, but because everybody owes him. In fact, if I were you, I'd figure out how to sneak a peek inside that safe in his office. I bet you'd find all sorts of goodies in there.
All right, well, we get a little diversion to... So close. Just let me have it.
The safe is locked, naturally.
It's locked.
The third crate here contained that decoder, but what's this Valley of the Kings one? I'd better head over to Stage A to find out. It's locked.
There you are. Combination is plain to see.
This must be the code to the safe.
Birthday, Treasure Island, Coat Inspector. Alright, so what do we got? It's birthday, Treasure Island, coat. Birthday, Treasure Island, coat.
There we go.
What's all this then?
Maybe I should try out this phone number.
Bolt cutters and a phone number in a safe.
You've reached the office of Lydia Lynn, Tinseltown Tatler celebrity journalist. Leave a juicy message after the beep.
That was interesting.
But not terribly? Like, okay. Back to the soundstage. box 73.
This is the crate from the manifest in Arthur's office.
Blueprints? To the left of the ramp. Bind the Ark of the Covenant.
The Ark is buried here.
What?
A coded lock.
Oh. Another name is going to apply to enter it using hieroglyphs. Okay, so. Where'd the thing go? There it is. Why? And we reveal it as
I need to get into that sarcophagus under the Main Street house.
a special lock pick.
Well, well, the gang's all here. Where have you been? Believe it or not, I was actually worried about you.
As well you should have been. I was hiding. From Mr. Spy Cam here.
You talking to me?
Who else would I be talking to?
George, I saw...
The photo you took of Molly behind her back? Okay, I was gonna say, that doesn't make sense.
along with the photos of Ida you took behind her back. Or should I say, of her back?
You were snooping in my room?
She's a detective, Freak Lips.
How did...
Freak Lips.
I told her. I was trying to calm her down after...
Someone put the snake in her locker.
Someone put that snake in her locker.
Someone put a snake in your locker?
Apparently taking pictures of me wasn't enough.
I did not put that snake in your locker.
Come on, who else would have done it?
Actually, you.
Hey, look, Ida may not be my favorite person, but I would never risk traumatizing her like that. It would jeopardize the picture.
Probably true, but that snake wasn't meant for her. It was meant for me. While I was checking out that video chip, you shoved that snake into Ida's locker. You knew the wardrobe room would be my next stop. You knew it'd be my next stop after I saw the cloak on the video chip because you'd already seen that it was missing from the reference model. You let all the reptiles out of their cages too, just in case I somehow missed the snake.
Ew! Oh my gosh, you're both freaks!
To scare Nancy off the case?
She realized I actually knew what I was doing and was afraid I might somehow...
There we go.
keep her from finding that lost footage.
You broke into your own prop room to make it look like someone else took that flash boom, didn't you? And you tried to frame me for the snake stuff with that stupid swizzle stick.
Okay. So maybe the idea of finding that lost footage made me do things that were a little excessive. But I never used any of the flash boom because finding the entrance to the original Pharaoh set is impossible. And I never put anybody's life in danger like you did.
Since when is feeding a cat a threat to anybody's life?
I'm talking about the accidents.
Oops.
You're the reason that black cat's always running around distracting the crew?
I just thought it would hype the Lois Manson curse rumor that I... sort of started. But so what? Curses are great publicity. The Tinseltown Tattler lapped it up when I sort of called them and told them about it. But that's nowhere near as bad as what Peeping George here has been doing.
I was taking pictures of that mark on your back.
What mark on my back?
The one that's just like the mark Lois Manson had on her back. The one that meant she was cursed. There really is a curse, people. Seriously, mate, you need to shut this production down before history repeats itself and somebody gets killed.
You moron! That's a scar from a tattoo I had removed when I landed this part.
You actually believe in curses?
You're darn right I do. Hey, look what happened to the people.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay.
That's enough.
Do I go
Enough.
Run, hide! The big bad curses! What?
Just go to your rooms and get a good night's sleep. All of you. Now. We've got a picture to finish.
Go the fuck to sleep.
You know, Mr. Hitchens, something Edith said earlier has been bothering me. All these accidents, yet no one's been hurt. I think I know who's been causing them. I think you do, too.
Edith was right about publicity. The surest way to create a blockbuster is to get the media talking about the picture before it opens.
So you caused the accidents, taking care that no one got hurt, but instead of reporting them, you closed the set, knowing word would leak out anyway, and that all the secrecy would attract lots of media attention.
Correct. But from what I just witnessed, I'm afraid this film is headed for catastrophe no matter how many mishaps I arrange or how much publicity they generate. No, only one thing can save me from financial ruin. That lost footage. Please, Nancy, you must find it.
That's a lot to put on somebody, just to let you know. Oh, come on. Not as fast at this as I would like to be. This is like one of my last chances to get some pointage. Okay, we got a bit. Oh. We're still not at 300,000, which I think is where we need to be to get this to work. I'm gonna be so mad if we don't get it.
And try out this new lockpick.
But I think we're like basically at the end. Shit. Oh, I have to do the candles again. Light the candles even faster. Okay. Did it though. Did it. What's inside the sarcophagus? Alright. Special lockpick instead of just a key. What am I doing here? Okay. What's up? I can't do that. Oh, I should have put that there. That was stupid. And still salvage this.
There's a passageway that leads farther underground. Oh boy, I guess I have to climb down through this sarcophagus.
Oh, Nancy, we do love her. Bless her heart. It's a very short sarcophagus. This is not very, it's very...
The passage is blocked, but it looks like someone's been using flash boom to get deeper underground. This is my chance to finish the excavation and find that lost footage first.
Okay. Excavation mode, flashbang bombs. We have to clear away rocks. These are colored bombs. Drop mouse, they're adjacent to the rock. 2 bombs and a fuse of the same color. Boop, boop, boop. Oh. Didn't realize they slowly do that over time. Ah. So the fuses spire. Noted. Damn. Okay, I got one. Not a lot, but something. Okay. I don't like that. Ah, I wasn't supposed to do that. Shit. Right. Can we get something that's not? There we go. Okay. Literally all I need is a green spark right now. Don't put that nearby. Perfect.
All right.
286? It's not 300!
Whoa, where am I?
Still not done yet.
This room. Oops.
Damn.
I better try this again.
Wink.
Wow.
They're digging in the wrong place.
Check this place out.
Those are eyes. Made it this far, there's only one thing left. Remove Lois from your path to see the truth. I left you one more clue to be your guide. First, Lois flies with grace unrehearsed. This quenches the desert's deep thirst. She creeps and scurries and stings. She honors the deaths of great kings. So, like, grace, thirst, stings, deaths of kings, I guess. Okay. missing one more thing. I want to find them all, then we'll go from there. There it is. So let's read it again. L is flies. O is rain. I is... okay. L is flies. There it is. Then O is rain. O.
Oops.
What?
I better try this again.
Quenches the desert's deep thirst. It's I. I'm a fucking... okay. Let's O. Now I'm mad that it's gonna dock me for that.
Oops. I'd better try.
What the fuck? You're so right. I'm an idiot. Yeah, you gotta do each one. Lois, birds. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, I hit 300. Oh, well, the eyes did a thing, and look, we found the footage.
The lost footage. It really exists.
There's a note.
Oh my gosh. The director kept the original Jewel of Karnak for himself. If I didn't get the secret ending from that, I'm gonna be so mad. What a bitch.
So, where is it?
Ada? How'd you get here?
I followed you. I've been following you ever since I more or less told you to look in Arthur's safe. So where's the jewel?
The Jewel of Karnak? It was never here. Not the real one, at least. The director couldn't resist having an exact replica made and keeping the original for himself. It's all right here in this letter.
There's no Jewel of Karnak in here? I don't believe it! Here we are on the very set where the original Pharaoh was shot, just like I planned, only there's no jewel? How am I supposed to get rich and famous now?
By being...
This is the star of this movie, maybe?
By being the star of this movie, maybe?
Are you kidding? Even I'm smart enough to know this movie is going to be a disaster! Unless... what if disaster were to strike again? Oh my gosh. If someone were to die as tragically and mysteriously as Lois Manson did on this movie...
I mean...
oh my gosh.
there's a bunch of things that just made this whole thing much more interesting to the general public.
You die in a cave-in down here.
The original set,
Film in your
the
memory.
lost footage,
Bam! Smash hit!
confession that the Jewel of Karnak is fake.
I die in a cave-in?
Yeah, that part's kind of a bummer. But hey, that's showbiz. It was a pleasure working with you, Nancy. Bye-bye.
Bitch. I know, another Laurie Gerard. It's literally the same thing. Quick, trap her before she traps you. That's also bad. Well, that was it. Oops. Am I good or am I bad? Both. It's both. And we did it again. At least you can remember Nancy's Jane. So true, though. I mean, poor Nancy. The number of people who just can't remember her freaking name. It's too unfortunate. Come on. Give me something. Damn it. Thank you. Oh my god. Ugh. I can't do anything with that. Alright, well, let's go in there then, I guess. Good news. There's something I could do with it. Somehow. Nailed it.
Everything's about to collapse.
Nancy, you're concerned about her safety? She's trying to kill you. Bitch.
Well, Ida, looks like you got your wish for publicity after all.
Jerry the puppet, his final hours. Cat signs a picture deal. Thank you. I'm so glad I got that. I was worried, I'm not gonna lie. They had me for a minute.
Time to see what's on this lost footage. Oh, it's Lois Manson. She's alive? That's the Jewel of Karnak.
So, again, we're gonna bring up some questions. Who's filming? She's hiding it in front of people. She's standing there. There's a whole fucking film crew there. It's not like they just left the cameras running, right? Like, they can't do that.
So Lois Manson didn't die from a snake bite while filming
Anyway.
Pharaoh after all. Actress
That makes no sense.
fake. fake the whole thing. The director was obviously in on it, as well as the coroner who signed her death certificate. So she must have been some kind of spy or federal witness or something. In any case, once the camera stopped rolling, she vanished into history. As for the Jewel of Karnak, which Lois apparently stole from the director after he switched it with a fake, Arthur Hitchens returned it to the Egyptian Museum from which it had come some 80 years earlier. This generated a lot of publicity, as did Ida's very convenient nervous breakdown, which allowed her to avoid prosecution when it came to that cave-in. As a result, the new Pharaoh movie was a smash hit.
So who took over the lead then?
Molly McKenna, who, believe it or not, wound up adopting that story.
Hadn't finished filming her scenes.
All over the lot, didn't much care. George Jackson, however, was disappointed. Despite his denials, he deeply resented the fact that Arthur had used his considerable influence to make George unemployable unless he directed Pharaoh. He wanted the movie to tank because it would have ruined Arthur financially. Of course, it wouldn't have done wonders for George's career, but he was either too focused on payback or just plain too dumb to realize that. As for me, the Tinseltown Tattler has been hounding me for months trying to get the inside scoop of my adventure. I'm thinking I'll just have their people call my people, which means I'll have to train my people, i.e. Togo, to answer the phone. But something tells me having to talk to a dog won't faze their people one bit.
Woo!
I learned where my next case would take me. The Redondo, an exclusive spa where the rich and famous go to get nipped, tucked, or just plain indulged. Massages, gourmet meals, exotic beauty treatments, luxurious rooms. Unfortunately, someone has added danger to its list of amenities by planning devices that suddenly explode with potentially deadly results. Help me unmask this.
Someone's bombing.
Wealthy clients start checking out for good in my next adventure.
It continues in 2009. Oh man, that's more than 10 years ago. Oh no. Oh, that's 14 years ago. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so this time I'm not going to close out of this because that crashed my stream last time. So I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna pretend that I'm looking at myself on camera. Oh, but I have to do the, oh shit, I have to do the thing. Oh, I don't know what this is gonna do. This might crash. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Actually, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna tab out. That works. That worked. I think. Everything still seems to be working. Okay. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I'm only technically 3-ish years younger than you. So, I turned 31 in just a couple of weeks. And I work with college students, so I get to feel old all the time. Okay. Let me mess with the tier maker for a quick second, get it set up so we can talk about it. Turn off that. And pop over here. Did I mess that up? No. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay. That should mean now. Oh, that's not right. Hold on. Something's not right here. When did this get so messy? Ugh. I don't know why this is so bad. Hold on. This is dumb, I know, but I love how things just keep getting messed up here. Okay. Fixed. All right. Tier list. Here we go. All right. So we're starting with soundtrack. So the soundtrack for this one is actually really good. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Lights, Camera, Curses does a really good job. It's very, very synth sounding. There are quite a few Nancy Drew games, especially at this point, that don't sound quite as computer generated. Though they are, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to pretend that they aren't, but the sound designer, the composer, takes a much more careful approach to the mainline games than the composer for these games did, I think. That being said, Lights, Camera, Curses, if you look past the instrumentation being so heavily computerized, it's a solid soundtrack. It's fun to listen to. It's got stuff that kind of sticks in your head a little bit. You know, it's not S tier by any means. I would also say that it does a really good job of evoking what it needs to. You know, it's a theme park that's Hollywood themed with a sound stage, and there's Egyptian stuff and there's noir stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think I'm trying to think of where I put this. It's good. I'm putting it in the A tier. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the A tier, but it's good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. We're gonna go ahead and put it there. Okay. Then we have to delete the old one. Hold on. A weird way that tier maker works. You can't just edit things, you have to remix them, which creates a copy. And then there we go. All right, so now where this game gets ranked itself. So I know the last stream on Tuesday, we talked a lot about how this game was flawed in a lot of ways in terms of when it was released, who it was released for, the platforms that it was released on, and the struggles that ended up creating. That being said, I think it's not a bad game by any means. Like it's decent, it's fun. It's not, if you're going in expecting a Nancy Drew mainline game, you're obviously going to be disappointed. But if you go in expecting just a plain old hidden object game, it does a lot more than that. You've got to use logic. There are the puzzles, there are mini games. The scoring mechanic I find to be somewhat frustrating, but that's more a problem that I have with hidden object games in general. So it's not actually related to this so much as the genre that they are emulating or that they are doing in this case. I think the characters are actually relatively well put together. The story is relatively well put together to some extent. I'll put a little pin in that. We'll come back to it in a minute. Because you've got 4 suspects and they all have plausible motive. Easily plausible motive. They've got opportunity. You know, it actually makes you think a little bit. The dialogue choices could have been a great chance to, instead of seeing if you were paying attention to random details, like what was the name of the Tinseltown Tattlers writer, who cares? Instead, it could have been a great opportunity, I think, to test your deduction itself instead of rote memorization, right? The fact that Nancy has a parlor scene is pretty fun, because that hasn't happened in any of the games so far. This is the first game that it happens, and honestly, to my knowledge, it might be the only one where Nancy has a classic detective parlor scene. She gathers all of the suspects together, she has everything out all at once and is like, this is what's going on, and I figured all of this out. Aha, aren't I a genius? Now she's not doing it in the same way that like Hercule Poirot does, where he is quite literally, you know, I'm a genius, look at me. She's doing it more because she's like, I need to get everyone in one place and we need to have this out. And she clears up a lot of the questions and a lot of the mysteries that are there. The big one, obviously, she doesn't take care of until right that moment. the flaws that I see. There aren't really flaws in the characters, to be honest. The characters are actually pretty well written. I do like that. And there's a certain level of ridiculousness that you kind of have to look past with this game, in the same way that there's a certain level of ridiculousness with Danger on Deception Island and a Russian military trained orca, or like, you know, I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head just looking at these. Secret of the Old Clock, where Nancy somehow goes back in time, but it's not out of order necessarily, and she remembers it in the modern day as if it were a case that she did. Is confusing. Don't think about it too hard kind of a deal. You know, those don't think about it too hard kind of things, or like it's zany and wacky, not necessarily bad. It's just kind of out there. So there's a certain amount of that with Lights, Camera, Curses, I think. And so there's a certain amount of that I think we can look past because of it. There is some stuff that really doesn't make any goddamn sense, though. Like right at the end, even when I was pointing out that like someone had to have been running the camera when Lois was not dead and getting up. Someone had to be running the camera. So why did no one know about this? And then why did the director who was in on it, who hid the footage himself, not ever watch the footage, knowing what it contained in his mind, that it just contained evidence that she is still alive, which why ever there was evidence when she was still alive, if she was going into the witness protection program or something like that, you know, wouldn't the government have confiscated it and destroyed it or something? I don't know. But like why he wouldn't have watched it to see that she hid the real Jewel of Karnak, and then known that the one he had was fake, and that she had hidden the real one on the set that he then buried. I don't know. And then there were some of the puzzles that, while fun to play, diegetically made no frickin' sense. Like when, you know, right toward the end again, when your standard old lockpick won't pick this lock, but, you know, you follow the instructions the director left behind and you find a better lockpick that he left for you to pick this lock with. It's like, he didn't just leave a key. Like, it would have been a key. Nor, like, even when you're trying to hide something, you don't do a lockpick, because lockpicking can ruin the lock. So, I don't know. There's a lot that doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, like the other thing with the phone thing, the entire game up to the point of the docks, you're kind of operating with the sense that this is a temporarily closed but still operational and funded and used theme park. And then you go to the docks and you try that phone message and you find out that the theme park's actually been abandoned since the late 40s. But then if it's been abandoned since the late 40s, then why are there digital chips with voice messages telling you about how it was abandoned in the 40s? Like, why would they have gone through the effort of hiring a voice actor, recording the voice lines, setting up these, you know, electric systems to record and to play back this audio diary thing, you know, if no one was going to be there? And then even then, it's in pretty decent condition for having been abandoned in the fucking 40s, and half of it being built on a hollow, like, former Hollywood set that is now underwater. Most of it. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of doesn't make sense here on that front. So I have to call some bullshit there somewhere. You know, it has to happen somewhere. Let me see, what else do I have for criteria that I'm missing here? The gameplay, the puzzles themselves, pretty straightforward, pretty standard. I think the one issue that I have with these games are the touch versus the sight mechanic. they don't always do a very good job of, they try to do a pretty good job of telling you which one you should use when you have to use those things. Like, I should see what's on the back of this panel. I should open this box. And like, if you're opening a box, you're using your hands, so you use the hand one. If you're seeing what's on the back of the thing, you're using your eyes, so you use the eyes. The look thing. But there were some that could have been look or could have been touch, and I got wrong, and some I got right. And that really was just 50-50 guess. And the fact that it can break your score streak, which can hurt you in finding the secret ending, is kind of disappointing, I think. So it's a bit of a minor flaw, but it's a flaw nonetheless. So, oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my headphones on, so I can't actually hear anything. I see that you redeemed it just now, though. I'm sorry. So, yeah. It's a good game. It's good. I can't bash it, really. It's honestly more well thought out and put together than the first two games of the mainline series, Stay Tuned for Danger and Secrets Can Kill. You know, those obviously we're still trying to figure out what is Nancy Drew going to be like, what are these things going to do, what kind of stories are we trying to tell, are there, you know, what are the characters involved in those stories. And while they were trying to figure a lot of things out, they were failing, but they were learning. You know, you could see that they were learning. And that's why they're in okay territory. They're not in trash, even though they are not good. There's a lot that's wrong with them. I can't put it on that same level. It's certainly not as bad as Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull makes me mad. And Last Train to Blooming Canyon is just disappointing all around. Message in a Haunted Mansion in relation to this. I mean, Message in a Haunted Mansion is kind of like Nancy Drew game beta, right? I very much consider Treasure in the Royal Tower to be Nancy Drew, like the first true mainline Nancy Drew game, because it has the elements there. It doesn't do them all perfectly, but it has all the elements that it needs, whereas Haunted Mansion, still trying to figure some of them out, but at least it's got the majority of it down. Haunted Carousel, I didn't like because of all the finickiness of the gameplay. I'm going to put this behind Message in Haunted Mansion. It's B tier. It's solid B tier. I'm happy about that. I think it's in a good place. It's good for what it is. Again, it's not... I'm trying to judge it based on what it is and not whether I would play other ones like it. I don't really like hidden object games most of the time. And the only reason that I played this one is because it's Nancy Drew. And I do recall being very disappointed when I played it the first time because it wasn't like a mainline Nancy Drew game, even though I knew it wasn't going to be, but I didn't know exactly how it wasn't going to be, how much it wasn't going to be like one. But then at the same time, even though I was disappointed when I started playing it for the first time, I still enjoyed it for what it was. And I still do, I think. There is something fun about it. There are, like I said, some pretty major flaws that I come up against. The story has some pretty big potholes that I'm not a fan of. The gameplay can sabotage you by accident sometimes, and that's not cool. Those bonus rounds, I didn't even mention I hate the bonus rounds. I can't stand them. I totally get why people might like them if you really like the timed match challenges, but this is a personal preference on mine. I can't stand match challenges, period, let alone timed ones. Timed ones just add too much stress to me. So I don't really like that part, so I'll admit that's probably throwing things in there a little bit, but this is, again, my tier list, so I guess I can do that. But yeah, it's a solid game for what it is, again. Resorting for Danger, the next Dossier one, I can't remember really much about it other than I remember some parts of it being rather clever. So I'll put a pin in it and we'll come to that when we play it, which won't be for a little while, because the next week on Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to be doing Haunting of Castle Malloy, right? So yeah, let me just quickly save this, delete the other one. Hold on a moment. Okay. Yeah, delete the list. I said okay. All right. So yeah, our next stream is going to be on Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. I know we started late today at 9, and I announced for 9, but Tuesday we're going to do 8:30, and we're going to do The Haunting of Castle Malloy. I did mess up, kind of like I mentioned last stream. Haunting of Castle Malloy was actually supposed to be first. It was supposed to be this week. We kind of made the collective decision just to go with what I had already planned on doing that night, which was Lights, Camera, Curses. So I think we're going to do Haunting of Castle Malloy next. And then we'll have to figure out exactly what to do at that point. I think we'll continue doing them in order at that point. We'll go back as if nothing ever happened. So we'll do Haunting of Castle Malloy and then Ransom of the Seven Ships. And then we'll go to Resorting to Danger. So Resorting to Danger probably won't be touched then until mid-September. Just FYI. So yeah, next week we'll start Haunting of Castle Malloy. I'm excited about that. It's a fun game. I actually do remember enough of it that I can say that I enjoy it. Just how much I enjoy it and how much I can think of any of its flaws as we play, we'll just have to see. That's what we'll have to see. But it's fun. There's some interesting things. There are some flaws that I can think of off the top of my head. I'll be interested to kind of look at it through a fresh lens in this case. So, without further ado, that is the end of our stream. Thank you all for coming, of course. I want to thank all of my subscribers for the support that you're able to give the channel. Thank you very much for the support you're able to give me. If you want to subscribe, please hit that button down below. And if you are an Amazon Prime member, you do get one free Twitch subscription. I would be honored if that would be me, but I just wanted to let you know nonetheless. And then I want to thank my followers. Thank you so much for the support that you were able to give me as well. If you hit that follow button down below, you will get notified when I go live. If you want notifications ahead of time, you can follow me at BOSTrophyWife on Instagram and at BOSTrophyWife on Twitter. I am also on Blue Sky as at BostonTrophyWife.bsky.social if you're on that platform yet. I know it's still invite only, which is why there's no real links down here or anything like that, because these are the ones that are publicly available to everyone at the moment. But once that becomes a little bit more established and a little less in beta, the Twitter might get removed. We'll see. I'm not a fan of the Melon Man. What can I say? The most up-to-date announcements, however, are going to be over on my Discord. So that link is right there in the chat. It's a fun little community. We talk about games that we're going to play, games we have played. I do polls. We do suggestions about games that we want to play on the channel. So right now, obviously, I'm doing Big Nancy Drew playthrough, but once we're done, it will kind of be open season as to what's the next thing. So definitely join that if you want to check it out. We also have just a fun community that does chat. We share recipes, we share crafts we're working on, and we have a meme channel, for instance, for dumb stuff. So definitely check that out if you're interested in any way. I do also have an archive over on YouTube, BOSTrophyWife, like all the other platforms. Check that out if you're so inclined. You can watch any and all of my previous streams, going all the way back to the beginning of when I played through all of the Nancy Drew series to start the channel many years ago at this point. So definitely check that out if you're so inclined. This video will be up on YouTube in a couple of days, so if you haven't been able to catch it on Twitch, it will be up on YouTube. And then finally, I am going to be having surgery in October. I am saving up for it at the moment. I'm so very close to my goal, so I have a GoFundMe here. If you click on that link, you'll be brought to my GoFundMe. As you can see, we're really, really close. Thank you everyone for the support that you were able to give so far, whether you were able to donate or share. And that is just it. If you are able to donate and you're willing to, I would thank you very, very much if you would be willing to donate a little bit of nage toward moi. But if you can't, I would also appreciate it very much if you could share it. If you could share it on any public social media that you have, that would be a huge help to me in making this really happen in a smooth and seamless kind of way. So thank you all so much for that support. And that is the end of our stream officially. Thank you all so much for coming again. I will see you again next week on Tuesday, where we will start Haunting of Castle Malloy. Until then, have a great night and have a great weekend, everyone. I will see you all soon.